Thank you so much, guys. Pleasure to be back with you again. I have to say, yeah, we're going to be spreading nothing but positivity, Jason, in this matchup. We start on
spreading it like jelly.
Yes.
Complexity and heat.
Something of that.
Thanks for taking that one.
Viscosity.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, yeah, no, you're right. Complexity, Heat, I agree with what Kassan said. Heat's not going to look at themselves the same way they did yesterday. They are not the underdog. They need to come into this with confidence and play them straight on.
Yeah, the question is going to be, does it matter? I mean, you know, Complexity obviously has a storied history and a lot of losses in this team's regard, but coming out of this with a hallzerk pickup, they looked much different at Blast, even without any kind of crazy, intense overall performance at that event. Everyone saw the positive steps here as well. Starting this event, or this group stage with an upset over Astralis, they're going to be feeling very confident. I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. Heat's got a very tough task ahead of them, and FaNg finds a gap in the smokes already. Body's gonna take some damage. FaNg, he's not even aware. Close over to the right. He flicks over. He has nowhere to go. Gotta hide behind the box. hallzerk gets a headshot. Business up front, party in the back, and that's nice block shots from Heat to follow it all up.
Super solid. Yesterday in the Pistols, they did go 3-1 against ENCE despite losing that series. They had 2 eco losses in the second round, so keep that in mind. FaNg nearly got away with that. Nearly got behind the blue box and distracted long enough, but unfortunately, it was only the 1 kill that could amount afterwards. And it was hallzerk that found it. It's now 1-0 Heat. T-side as well. Good start, Nuke.
Yeah. That's you got to be happy about that.
It's not as one-sided as it used to be, let's be clear, but you still definitely mentally you want the T-side pistol.
Sure, absolutely. I remember yesterday as well with Heat, they did win, 3 of the 4 pistol rounds that they played in that series against ENCE, and they actually lost 2 of the second rounds. So having some trouble converting these pistol round victories. We'll see if Complexity can turn it in their favor. hallzerk's got the pump shotty. We got it at mag 7 on JT. Got a lot of shotguns in the field of play. Pull the stunner.
Yeah, I'm totally down with the shotguns. The problem that we see with it, and it's interesting that it's over toward Radio Room, JT's the one that we see, and I'm throwing it way back here to Hiko days, where he used to sit on top of the hut.
So far back.
It is, but the problem is as soon as you rotate, this is going to be a kill. Oh, he ducked under it. Yeah, that sucks. It was perfect. Everything was right. How does it not spread that much? What has he got, like the craziest choke on the front of that thing ever?
The shotgun giveth and the shotgun taketh away.
The problem I was going to say is rotations. If they don't come to those choke points and you don't get kills early with them, you're pretty much useless rotating. Even down the vents is difficult. So,
yeah. And that also would have been a good kill to find because, I mean, that was a solo player. Exercise is all on his own. That would have been a cool AK-47 to pick up and salvage, and then you no longer have that issue rotating with the shotgun. So that goes against them, and obviously towards the lower bomb site, Heat's attention is there. Complexity towards the upper bomb site, they're not going to go for this whatsoever. So Complexity likely to save all these weapons as best they can. And just rinse and repeat for the next round.
Quick check with the flashbang coming out. Afro will join Joko and we're clearing the site. And yeah, absolutely give this one up. Walk away. The FBI giving up like they always do.
Is that who they are on this one? Is it?
Yeah, it says FBI on their sleeves.
Nice.
They went, they had a search warrant, they took some documents, and then nothing will come of it.
Sure. Politics now.
Yeah, I've got to stop today. Wow.
Yeah, you're on a roll. We're in round 2.
That's true.
Well, it's going to be 2-0 for Heat. Looking to see if they can find any of these guns right at the end. Exercise still playing a risky game, all on his own. Don't want to lose that rifle, so wisely backs away from control room. Going to tuck himself deep into ramp. And stalemate agreeable to both teams. Ooh, that's close.
This is so, that's ridiculous. Like, look at the spread. It just, whatever. That's Counter-Strike, how it plays for me normally. You know, like the expectation versus reality.
Sure.
Yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
And the worst of us.
And the worst. Well, hallzerk is not dissuaded. He picks up another shotgun, another pump shotty.
It's not that expensive, as you can see as well. He's got 3,000. That's not bad, FaNg. Good start. Deagles this time. Body goes down before the smoke blooms, and they wouldn't have been expecting that peak to happen. He's looking for JACKZ as well on top of the silo.
He's got the safety of the smokes as well. Timer on the play, obviously, before those smokes fade, but feeling very confident playing behind him. Floppy's caught in transition, and yet SMG's not going to do good work at that range. So Heat switch things up. This time it's 3 players towards ramp room. JACKZ is going to handle FaNg easily. You've got some players down here. You've got hallzerk with the shotgun. One player's dropped into vents. They know the lower bomb site is under attack or being encroached upon. But I don't think they have the tools to stop it. This is looking like a 3-0 for HEET.
Yeah, I think so. I think pretty concise as well. And that's a beauty for them, because we mentioned yesterday that they won pistols but lost ecos. They also weren't super efficient at stringing rounds together. Even when they got the 3 on Dust 2, they lost 1 and they were back to a save.
Yeah.
So the fact that they can build up a bit of economy, also going to be huge for them.
Yeah, any kind of money would be lovely in this.
hallzerk could still be a problem here.
He's hoping someone's going to jump into control to clear it deep, and I think HEET at the moment is deciding whether they want to commit to the lower bomb site or actually readjust and go upper. Here they are going to commit. Once again, hallzerk just barely off the mark with the shotgun. JACKZ going to be able to take that one down. Galil salvaged by JT outside. Have to imagine he's going to save that for the next round. And Grim with the shotgun, just position yourself for an exit kill.
Peaks wants to get a little bit closer because they could still go out through the vent and likewise through the ramp. They don't have those covered off, but I don't expect anyone's going to head this direction. I don't think they'll challenge Afro.
They shouldn't be.
I agree. I don't think he should be at all. There's no need to kill hunt at this point in time. He does have just like a little, but
need to increase the bomb radius, the bomb explosion radius on this map like we did on Inferno. Crank that thing up.
I wouldn't be opposed to that, actually. But this is another situation. Shotgun, yeah, this time it's going to nail it. So he'll upgrade to a Galil if you want to call it an upgrade. Certainly more situationally.
It's a good find there for JACKZ right at the end.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. At least get one of the 2 players down that wanted to save. So they're going to lose 2 in the round. Body did drop early, as we saw, and then Afro afterwards, but 3 staying up. Now they've got some decent economy to work with. And we go on to the first gun round.
On to the first gun round. Galil going to be in the hands of Floppy. That's passed over from Grim, who was able to save it. So Floppy's going to have 2,600 in the bank. Full utility for Complexity's CT side. A couple of kits picked up as well. hallzerk's got the op out in the field of play. Got it right that time. Back 10 on Body, though. Look for something potentially fast-paced towards the upper bomb side. Look for a pop through squeak door through HUD. Here we go. Mac 10 is going to lead it. In fact, Body. Molotovs burn him down. 18 HP left on him. Up on top of the HUD. JT's got the first and follows it up. That's an easy mop up on the Body. And this hit should have no more strength in it.
M4 certainly more proficient than the shotgun has, and the upper take ineffective. JACKZ's trying to see past a smoke that's about to dissipate, so that's going to give him full vision toward the side of the site, but still such a tough proposition to walk through there as utility fades. He thinks better of it. They're going to go over toward ramp instead. It's Floppy. Galil to play with doesn't really have the advantage against AKs, let's be honest, in those headshot duels. So just fires some speculation and then backs off. Now the CTs can contain. Does Afro push this? I think he pushes his own smoke here. Oh, it's hallzerk on the op. He saw him. I was going to say if he tucked in sooner, he might have got away with that. Especially if the op's the one you push, he misses, you take that down, you can open up heaven, but JACKZ snuck in. He's got a clean one. JT never saw him, never realized he got there, nearly got a chance for a second, but JACKZ tagged to 12, caught with the nade out, couldn't get the gun in the ready, and even though Exercise gets one back, he's got 2 more to find. 41 seconds, mind you, and he does have the bomb. Smartly thinks better of dropping down the vent to get away from the second player, because if he had, FaNg was waiting for him.
This has gotten way too close for where we started. 5 on 3 into a 2 on 1. A real chance for this clutch. 5 kills in Exercise, looking for Floppy, who's not showing off his head at all. 20 seconds on the clock. Molotov is going to help keep some safety towards vents. That's good piece of utility. Puts Floppy into a position where he needs to make a decision. He's going to wait for FaNg. And ooh, got off the bomb a little bit early. That's going to buy time for that Molotov to expire. Here comes FaNg up the vents. That's a nice 1v1, and Floppy's got it.
That was an isolated 1v1, so well done to Floppy for getting that, because if he doesn't, he immediately turns because he would have heard the ladder. But you're right, that got way closer considering the way JT started off that round. Either way, Complexity on the board.
Yeah, but the nice thing for HEET, even in a loss, you get the bomb plant, which, as we mentioned, having some money was something they struggled with yesterday against ENCE. Now here against Complexity, not only do they have the extra cash, but you're going to force Complexity with 3 kills in the round to rebuy so much. So breaking point early on for this defense. Let's see if HEET can capitalize on it. The Galil that was saved in round number 3 actually has a pretty big impact, because Floppy still has 2,300 behind this. Still some cash flowing for Complexity. 3-1. Op still in the hands of hallzerk, and we see it in the hands of Afro for the first time on Nuke.
Yeah, and we heard Body in the interview saying that Afro's the guy he wants to carry this team, that He's the star player on the Opera. We know statistically he does lead the way in the team, but there's a very opponent skill level.
We saw it a little bit yesterday. I mean, Afro had a pretty quiet
very slow start on
first map, and then on Vertigo he really picked it up, and you could see that was where they were able to kind of challenge a little bit more and go for a bit more of a streak against Ents, even though there was no real fear of Ents dropping that series or dropping a map in that series. But you could see when Afro was having his impact, this team was much, much more dangerous.
T sided off as well for him, because in the first half, he actually let JACKZ run it a little bit and elected to run the rifle when he was on CT to maybe build into it, because again, he did have a really slow start. Good flash, FaNg, oh baby, perfectly positioned. Great teamwork between he and hallzerk to get the kill onto JACKZ.
hallzerk's looking for this exact play from body. He was holding the angle, looking for that peek out of, ooh, and he just gave it away, but he's got the information at least. Shots come out. Good little lobby crunch really quickly, and they're going to sink back into the upper bomb site. But do they realize there's still a decent amount of presence in lobby from HEET? Doesn't look like...
but there's... Okay, isolated. Body got the second one. I thought that they were going to swing on that a little bit faster, but Joko, he actually gets out with a very lovely kill onto Grim. It's 10 HP for him. FaNg knows they're in the site. They think he's in the vents, and he realizes that now that the Molotov's gone down, so he strikes. He sneaks wide and gets the angle onto Joko, but Afro up close, AWP, no mistake on the first one, and he knows it was a high player for hallzerk, so he's going to plant the bomb. He has the safety in doing so, and it's an op versus op in a one-on-one. Afro had the advantage. He looked away from it, wasn't sure where to go, and hallzerk's got him instead.
Nice.
Oh, and he lets him know it.
He did the Superman drop, is what he did. The superhero drop. Just kneels down on the landing. Give him that glimpse. Nice recovery for hallzerk. Again, though, it felt like that round was firmly in Complexity's control, and they let it slip. That lobby crunch was really cool, but it didn't seem like anyone even paid any attention to it once they fell back. Like, they were just like, okay, there's no one here. We obviously cleared it, and they were oh so wrong. That round could have gone horribly. Good job from hallzerk outside, transitioning in towards upper for the 1v1. Even finding a USP kill mixed in there, so triple kill on the round for hallzerk. And Complexity's at 2, still in a very weird money situation. Both teams, in fact, buying down to the limit.
Break point. FaNg already on the ladder. Some AK shots heading his direction. JT above. Interesting to note, by the way, JT was handed that M4A1S because he's running the M4 this round.
That is hallzerk's M4.
Okay, so the other way around.
Yeah.
Either way, he's not going to have that silencer. Joko's got floppy down. Exercise takes out.
Oh,
hallzerk in return. They're already inside of control. FaNg had dropped back down the vents. He didn't get there in time. He wasn't ready for it, and Afro's got Grim. This is solid from HEET.
Absolute nightmare. What a hit towards the ramp room. That's actually worked perfect. All 5 players, and as we said, money was still so sketchy for Complexity. They're hovering right around 2K on everyone. That's a really painful loss to take. Really, really painful loss to take.
Yeah, that's massive considering all you had to do is keep the economy close to at the very least in that situation, and now it goes 4-2 and they're completely broken and a chance to pad.
I mean, that's exactly that's the punish though when you're complex. Remember they had a 5-on-3 that turned into a 2-on-1. They had another really strong situation towards the upper bomb set after clearing lobby, and they lost a few more players into a 1-on-1. So, I mean, even in victory, just never able to get anything clean enough to build money. Complexity's punished for it, punished for some of those small mistakes earlier.
We were looking at the logo downstairs, Haku and I, which is fitting because it's a bird call and it's a bird, but we weren't sure what bird. She said Phoenix. I think it's a fire chocobo. The HEET logo?
A what? A fire?
You don't know what a chocobo is?
Is that a Pokemon?
Oh my god. How am I paired with you as a duo? This is embarrassing.
Yeah,
anyway,
one of us.
JACKZ gets to make it a third. He'll collect on the pistols outside. hallzerk does at least get the shot back with the USP, the headshot at that. Someone informed Jason what a chocobo is.
Bomb has been planted.
Exorcist is still waiting inside of the annex. Mini, I like Mini.
Yeah.
Sneak around clean.
Nice little tap. Good distraction from JT though, who gave it a little jiggle to pull out the shots from Exercise. 2 rifles picked up, which is quite nice for Complexity. Should be saving these. No chance at a victory. 5-2 though. HEET's putting some rounds on the board early. Look at those gloves. Stylish.
I actually quite like the AK that hallzerk has right now. I'm not normally one to know my skins, but yeah, I like that one.
Okay. Timeout called from Complexity. Gonna talk things over. All important round for them as they're trying to reestablish their economy, get that back up and running. Not a bad save round for them with just USPs. Flashbang to activate. 3 kills in the round, 2 rifles saved. You'll take that any day of the week.
So we'll get a timeout in, naturally. And this is what we said, Complexity, okay. They upset Astralis yesterday.
Yeah.
And looked great. Not perfect, but looked great. They did it. They got it done great. They had a chance to come into this. Maybe let your foot off the gas pedal. Suddenly you're up against HEET. You get overconfident. That's
the thing.
Wrecked on the aim right now.
You can't do that either. I mean, this is kind of you would hate to have a game like this where you had such a great upset over Astralis yesterday and then come in and let this one slip out. Because I remember, like I said, that victory over Astralis kind of gives them a lot of ability to dictate their own fate in this group stage. And you drop this one and you kind of give up that kind of control.
Well, not only that, you let HEET back into the group because you've taken a win off of Astralis. Now you're going to go 1-1. They go 1-1. Everyone, it levels the group. So everyone gets right back into this, given that you upset the top. And now you might give,
and boy, would
quote unquote bottom a win, right? The underdog a win.
Ooh, that's a sneaky play through the smoke. Grim didn't even think about it. A good follow-up, and that's the round. It's over.
This is really good for me. I have to say, they look so solid on their entries. Like, they're just picking Complexity apart.
Yeah, well, that one's just by virtue of no one from Complexity expecting that kind of a play. That is a big risk from body. That's one of those like 50-50 plays where he comes to that smoke and, you know, someone's looking and you're just automatically dead. He obviously gets the other side of the equation. FaNg gonna try and stop Body's tear, and indeed he will. Now, because of the 2 weapons that were saved in the previous round, FaNg and Floppy both have a decent amount of money, 1,600 and 2,100 money to drop teammates' weapons, but they have to keep these guns in their hands. So now the question becomes, HEET, with the kind of bank that they have, they can throw some bodies at this and try and chase these weapons down, but no one seems to be in position. Either way, if you're Complexity going into tomorrow, right, where you play Heroic, I'm pretty confident that it is.
For you, yeah, just so you don't throw yourself under a bus here.
I'm like 99% sure it's Heroic.
Okay.
That's obviously a game you feel much better about. Yeah, it is Heroic. Much better about going into it when you're 2-0 in the group, right, than if you're 1-1.
Oh, absolutely. This is exactly what I'm saying. If you beat the top team in an upset, that's amazing. But then if you give, I'm going to call HEET, not, I don't want to sound mean, the bottom, but the underdog.
Sure.
If you then give them a win, not only does it take away the fact that you took down the top, you've just given one back, and you've just given the bottom team a win to go 1-1. Like, you literally reset the whole group.
Well, and the question,
this is a chance, like you say, for them to take full control.
Yeah, and even coming into this group, my kind of thoughts on Complexity was just like, if you look at the teams in this group at the moment, like, you're not going to get many better groups than this. Actually, I mean, ironically, the last group that we have here at Pro League in Group D might be another one you'd look at, but there's not going to be a whole lot of groups that you're better poised to make it out of than this one for Complexity, especially at a Tier 1 European event.
Yeah,
this is a huge opportunity.
Let's think about that, right? Maus, okay, they've had moments, but they're not a team that's really been striking any heavyweight blows
lately. Had a good run, but we're still looking to see how consistent that can be, how established that can be.
Exactly, and bit of a rebuild
roster
going
changes,
on. Two new players coming in.
They'll be dangerous, but roster changes.
Yeah, HEET, unknown entity. This is their first sort of Tier 1 appearance, given that they won Challenger and then the conference. And fair play, like Yanko pointed out, you have to win Challenger just to get to the conference, which is impressive in its own right, given the competition. But then you have Astralis, who's been shaky lately. Complexity, who's not really done a lot internationally. Getting there.
Well, and Heroic, who's looking very underwhelming since the roster change that came in just before Cologne. So
that's a volatile group.
There's a lot of opportunities here, especially when you started out with an upset. Tech pause is coming to a close. Teams are all readied up inside the server. We're going to get right back into it. It is 6-2 in the favor of HEET on the T side of Nuke over Complexity in this first map of the series. Later on today, if you're planning on sticking around, or in case you aren't, maybe change your mind, we do have a banger of a matchup to close out the day. It's going to be Heroic taking on ENCE, which is going to be a lot of fun to watch. That new ENCE lineup looked real good yesterday. Great debuts from both of their new players, Valda and Sun Pius.
Yeah, look, Valda, Spinks is a hard one to replace. He's in the peak of his career right now, and who knows what his ceiling will be. He continues to impress, but Valda is someone who's been very, very stable throughout the course of his career. He's just not really had that breakthrough opportunity with a roster, but he's been so serviceable in so many of the ones he has been on North, OG, and yeah, Senpius is, I think, an upgrade over Hades. Certainly consistency.
Ooh, hallzerk sliding out, almost had a chance for a shot. Body's gonna try and make his way quickly. They don't want to slow this down. Smoke wall does not get stopped. Spam does not land, and Body has crossed indeed.
Gotta be a little bit careful not to get caught on a reload. If they get up close, but he actually gets JACKZ down. He went back for more. Joko never was able to get on top of that position. Doesn't want to either, given that there is a crossfire actually set. We just saw it. hallzerk back inside of the big garage. Nice shot from Exercise. Grim gave that up.
That upper defense has got to get much, much cleaner. Remember the previous round that we saw before the tech pause was Body just kind of entering double entry through mini very, very quick on. Grim's got to do a better job anchoring and not falling prey too early in the rounds. That's a devastating loss to take.
Especially when you just got the opening pick and you go back to 4-4. This is when you started the struggles so severely.
Well, and also this infestation of the lower bomb site from HEET is going to be very dangerous.
JT's in a tough position here. Okay, this is, I agree with that. Get up there because Body wants to open up Toxic. Doors are already blown away at controls, so there's no chance for coverage. So JT does think better of it. I think Body's looking for a sound cue. What's he doing? Moving the mouse around?
Ooh. Cheeky little lurk outdoor, silent contact. I think the footsteps from JT might have given it up, although Body doesn't seem aware of it just yet. Molotov towards dark spot, Molotov to delay the exit outdoor. And JT's in a lot of pressure, but at least he's got reinforcements here.
They need to determine which is going to go either side. So Floppy does spot from Toxic and Decontamination walking out because obviously JT's looking over toward those doors. Good play, FaNg up above. Third in the round for him. Solid round indeed with getting the first kill on the smoke and one spotted that they were going outside. But yeah, that they nearly let them sneak out from Decontamination, and then Floppy identified that immediately and covered it off.
That door lurk could have been absolutely brutal. That's a huge fight to win on top of the hut. Op can get passed over to hallzerk. FaNg back to the M4. Here's that opening kill from FaNg. Done a decent job outside. This is the follow-up kill he gets that could have been oh so deadly if he wasn't able to convert it. And then a great job from Complexity rotating down to support JT when all quiet on the map. They close the gap to 3. And a timeout taken from HEET. They're going to talk things over.
Yeah, so we're seeing both teams using the timeouts to get set on the same page. We saw HEET use quite a few of them early on yesterday. They're not scared to do so, which is a good sign. Again, they bring experience with this, youthful trio. Body, obviously, like I mentioned, just won Season 5 with G2 of Pro League. He was on Envy and I believe LDLC as well. I know that they went through a different number of lineups, but...
I think every French player's been on every single French organization.
I guess that's true, right? And then obviously, if you bring in JACKZ, so...
Ooh, upper hit. Here we go. Here's the utility being spent. JT didn't find a timing. Again, this upper defense has struggled. This time, Floppy's able to adjust just barely. And Exercise did not know where that was going to come from. Triple kill from the Flop man. You can't stop it.
That's a stunning kill. The second one, and you know that call comes in. You know that he's going left, 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 because he sees his teammate die from HUT. He didn't see the player run by Silo, so he swung late, hit an absolute masterpiece, but it is Afro left in a 1-on-3 smoke in front of him and a bomb down inside of the site. Not looking too good. Complexity looking to bring this back from a 6-2 to 6-4 scoreline. And take some money out of the pockets.
Now they have to be clean here, Complexity. This is one thing they haven't been able to do is when they've been able to get advantages in rounds like this, they've kind of let it slip away. So any kill Afro gets is huge. You don't want to bring this into a one-on-one in any way. FaNg's gonna slide out and put an end to things. 3 kills for Floppy, 2 for FaNg. And it's 6-4. Now money for HEET starts being an issue as well, starting to dwindle off the early momentum they were able to build. 6 of the first 8 rounds, and now 2 in a row for Complexity. Perhaps a last buy for HEET if they actually want to go for it, but looks like they're just gonna descend into a small buy. Armor and a few upgraded pistols here and there. Ramp rush.
Yeah. First time we've seen one. Flash doesn't quite go deep enough for Floppy's off angle, but he immediately identifies multiple opponents, drops down. hallzerk will swing over on that communication. Gets the first shot on the AWP, and I thought maybe with Tech 9s, you might run down that Opper.
I think without that Molotov that hallzerk drops in front of them, they might just go exactly for that. Floppy and FaNg to defend here. FaNg on the left side, Floppy on the right side.
Floppy. He's looking for the shots on the right. FaNg's covering off left as he comes out from the control room doors.
Ooh.
Exercise actually had a headshot from the Tech 9, but Floppy recovered it. So it's just Afro, 4 HP, and he gone.
Floppy's actually had a pretty quiet game, all things considered, until these past few rounds. He's had 6 kills in the past few, so he's only had 1 kill in the first, 10 rounds of this game. Nice little recovery in these past few for him. Just about tied up. Complexity's chipped away at this lead. Pretty clean 3-round streak for the American side.
With a Canadian.
And a Swede.
There you go. And just to point out, the Canadian and the Swede are leading the scoring, Jason.
Nice.
In case you weren't aware.
I always forget FaNg is Canadian. He looks like he'd be just from the United States.
Okay.
That's all I got.
He's probably from Ontario. That's why, you know, little America. Floppy takes down JACKZ. Afro does get JT, but they know he's running away from the lobby. They've taken that over. Good smoke. Grim can settle in at that position.
Ooh, sneaky from Joko. hallzerk's got it.
I was going to say, they've funneled them back to outside, but there's already a player that got by the big garage, so that could have been a bit of a problem.
That's twice now Complexity's pulled off a bit of a lobby crunch in this half, and second time it's at least the crunching portion has worked out. Previously, after the fact, they kind of dropped the ball, but going to give him another round here. 4-on-1. Afro with nowhere to go. At least he has the bomb. He just got spotted, just got tagged up, so Complexity now knows the position. They can start shifting and taking space away from Afro. Oh!
Lovely shot.
Spicy.
That's 1. That's 2. Grim's there, not going to let him go any further. Steps out for the trade. And we have a 6-6 scoreline. So the timeout's finally working. Complexity getting things rolling, and the pick's not as one-sided so far since then from HEET, because that certainly was the case in the early part, that they would immediately wrap around and win pretty much every duel. That has halted.
Game crash. We're going to get another tech pause in here. So a little bit more time to chill. How have you been enjoying Malta so far, Matt?
I have, actually. I did a 37K ride this morning.
Yeah?
Ripped from here to Valletta.
Brought the mountain bike.
Back.
Or the road bike, I guess.
I wish I could have brought that. I'm not a roadie, so I was rocking some loose kit. I'm not going to wear Lycra.
Okay. Not going to pull an OJ.
If I had to wear Lycra, I'd probably have to put like a cucumber or potato in there just to look like I have something.
Sure.
And no, it was good. It's super hot here, though. The sea breeze is nice, but yeah, it was a good ride.
It is warm.
It's the right island for that kind of bike. I can live with that. Good way to get around. I think I'll do the whole lap eventually one day.
Yeah, build up to it. We got a month here.
Yeah. I would have done, I think it's about 70K around it. I would have done about half that today. So
Okay.
yeah,
Right out of the gates.
not too bad.
Well,
Also, I like that chat was like, NA geography. Dude, Ontario is little America. I know that it's a joke. It's on-terrible for a reason.
okay. So Canadians having a little bit of a
It's like
inside
Maine.
battle.
Maine is lower Canada.
Maine is lower Canada.
Come on, Maine is basically Canada.
You don't accept that in any way.
You don't accept Maine, or you don't accept
That Maine is Canadian.
basically Canadian? Man, I saw Moose when I was there like a month ago. It's Canada.
When I went up to the Upper Peninsula in Michigan during the player break, and the guy at the bridge said he came out very Canadian. Said, "Enjoy your time in the UPA," and I was like, "Oh, well, here we go."
Yeah.
Oh, good story.
Yeah.
6-6
That
is
was
the
great.
scoreline. He just gave me an A. It was nice.
To be fair, your border patrol is getting weaker and weaker because like it was really strong, and if you drive through, it's pretty strong. The last time I flew into Dallas from Europe, he just saw my blue passport and goes, "Welcome home, sir." And I was like, "Yeah, thanks," and just
Nice.
kept going. I don't even think he stamped it. I was like, "What? that guy didn't do his job at all.
I think Canada, the border into Canada has been the toughest I've ever been questioned by anyone.
It can be.
Like 9 years of esports.
It can be, for sure.
That was very weird to me. I wasn't prepared for the kind of interrogation that I received.
We're just so used to Americans trying to flee and come up and join us that we
Sure.
gotta be very careful, you know?
That makes sense. 6-6. Tech pause is done. We have fixed all of the problems. Round 13. And Complexity running a 4-round streak at the moment.
Apparently not hallzerk's Norwegian, that's what the problem was, so let's move on.
Oh, is he?
I don't know. Just pretend like they can't hear us. They can't see us. They'll go away soon.
I gotta find that out. He is Norwegian. That's my bad. I apologize. I just assumed when he joins the team of Swedish legends.
Yeah.
Here we go. Smokes out on the Molotovs. JT up on top. Actually, they're doing a pretty decent job of delaying as long as these Molotovs are in position. Really tough place for Grim to be in. He delivers this time. And the pistols aren't going to get anything done. FaNg and JT in good position to put a stop to it.
Body just biding his time. That's a lovely shot on JT. He tried to slip under the radar and crosshair of FaNg, but couldn't quite do it. He'll get the headshot in return. And now Complexity in the lead after being down 6-2. And at 6-2, I would have said weren't even really in this game. Mentally, they were getting obliterated and they looked pretty dejected. So good turnaround from them, good recovery. And now the question is, as a newer team, what can Body do with HEET to try and recover it?
The nice thing too is like if you're Body and if you're HEET and if you're the coach during these timeouts, you could be like, guys, everyone just chill. Everyone just kind of relax because we've already got 6 rounds. We did a great job off the pistol. We can actually make this work. Like we're in a fine position regardless of what this streak is. One more and HEET would be sitting very, very nice. Timeout coming to a close, freeze time coming to a close. Complexity should have no more money problems for the rest of this half in the final 2 rounds. Op still in the hands of hallzerk, 12 kills for the Norwegian. 13 kills on FaNg to lead the way.
Who's an angry Viking in chat, Jason?
That's fine.
He's cute. FaNg's got Body down. And Joko does take a significant amount of damage trying to get the trade. He didn't get it. Oh my god, they nailed him in return too. That's about as good as it gets. He thought he was clean to leave. Nope. Not a chance. hallzerk, well flashed as well, gets JACKZ. So we sit with a 2-on-4. And Complexity looking to make this now 8-6.
Oh, they had to book it to get down here as well to try and beat Complexity's rotations. I don't know if they made it. Grim just gets out of danger from behind that door. They do have one over at Decon. It's floppy. Afro's looking for the peek off the fake plant. There's the door opening, and he's got it. Narrow choke point. Op's going to go for more. Complexity have to be very careful.
Pre-scoped. Oh, he switched out of it. He's going to go for the no-scope instead. Strafes in. Oh, he actually hit the corner where Grim was, but Grim took a sidestep that threw Afro off.
Good little shuffle.
Do that 2-step.
The Texas 2-step. Oh, the spray down. That's nice.
That's a Texas 2. Gets the transfer. 1-on-1. He's got the HP advantage now as well. And Grim's going to try and relocate. 31 HP. Knows that the bomb is in his favor. And Exercise trying to bait out the doors. Even going to put a hole in it so he can peek the site, but he's never going to expect. Oh, did he see his foot? Because he pre-fired it. Yeah, he does. He knows he's up there. Does he? Is he aware that he's fully on the silo? Yes. Unfortunately, Molotov, he was slow to extinguish that. He'll go to 23, but he gets the bomb.
Back to vents we go.
He might if he doesn't get stuck. He's not moving, is he?
He's walking at the moment.
Okay, we switched cameras at the same time, so that threw me off because Exercise now holding on his nerve going back in. Thought he could outplay him with that bait. Still inside of the site, 8-6.
Well played from Grim. That's a very tough situation. Put into an awkward position by a nice double kill spray down from Exercise. But that's another round that Complexity had in their control and positioning and in terms of numbers that almost slips away from them. They've had a few of those doozies throughout this half. As Afro, that first kill onto Floppy. This was the one that put a lot of pressure. That's a 1v3 attempt from Exercise, almost there. Good focus from Grim, watching for the walkout around the smoke with 11 seconds left. Final round of the first half. Complexity's got to lead no matter what. Question is it just going to be 1 round or can they extend it to 3?
Pretty big turn in the half, no question about it. The Norwegian hits a shot on the body. Just really gonna correct it now.
Yeah, no, let's nail it. Let's make sure we never make that mistake again.
Yeah.
We're a partnership, Matt. My mistake is your mistake.
No, how dare we think he's from Scandinavia when he's from Norway the whole time? JACKZ takes down hallzerk. 1-on-3, has bomb at his leisure. He's just picked that up, aware that he's likely to be surrounded. He's gonna try and backtrack in this situation. Time to see that aim come to play. JT's gonna be patient, holding his pretend rifle. They've got him contained, but I'll take the fight toward B. It's Floppy that's down there, and he's only on 13 as well.
And he's the only one down there as also. So, I mean, this can be a clean fight win for, or clean win
I don't
for
think
JACKZ.
he'd expect it, but he could totally wrap heaven at this point, too. But yeah, if JACKZ wins this, they're not that close. They'll go vents. It might give him time to get a bomb plant on it. Oh, he couldn't set the aim fast enough. Floppy's got it. 9-6. Complexity turned the half around after being down 6-2. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll see if they can close out the map.
Hey Future Pros! On Nuke today with a util set you can throw to help your teammates pull off a vent dive. First things first, shoot out this window. Climb the ladder, and while running along the raised edge, aim as shown. Running jump throw the molly just before you get to the ladder. This molly is not the best one you can throw for hut, as it will almost always leave a gap above the hut doorway, but for a vent dive or a squeaky push, it's pretty handy. Back up and running jump throw your flashes with the same lineup. I would like to say this is all you need, but your teammates should still nade open the door, smoke the close molly, and then molly and flash into A main to be fully effective with your util. Hopefully your teammates manage this and you'll have a good chance to make it down that vent.
We got the third spot in the last RMR, so it means that we have kind of the last seed, and we are facing a really strong opponent at the start. The last RMR we managed to become first of the first qualifier, but now we had to adapt because JACKZ arrived in the team just after the player break and 1 week into practice, and then we had to play these qualifiers, and it kind of made it really hard for us, but we still did it, and I'm really proud. And I don't know, it was just a goal. I don't really care who I'm facing first. I just needed to be there and to be able to face these teams, and to play this tournament is one of our goals, to make it to the major, and even more in Rio. I've never been there and I want to. So no, I don't know, I just want to be there already and make it to as far as we can. Like, we were really close last time, and I think we can go far now.
I love the way he trails off. I've never been there, man.
I'd really like to go to Rio.
Please, team.
Please.
Well, we welcome you back, Future Bros. It's time for half number 2 on Nuke, the first map of this best of 3. Complexity 9-6 in the lead over HEET, but it took them a bit of time to wake up. They were down 2-6 at one point in time.
Really slow start for Complexity, but obviously a 7-round run to close the half. They caught fire. FaNg did good work. hallzerk did great work. Floppy even stepped up at a certain point as well. So things looking good for Complexity, but switching over to the T side, let's see what they got. Upper pop.
Yeah, I think pretty clean. Exercise the 2 pistols. He's got 1, he's got 2, looking for the 3rd, can't get it. Floppy and Grim actually gonna come out better off as they find 3 kills between the 2 of them. No one looking at, body. No one looking at the vents, and he just couldn't hit the shot. JT turned around and made better on it, but it's all on to Afro, 1-on-3.
God, the dualies look so cool, and they're just clotheslining people.
Shut up.
Afro looking for a mistake. Not gonna get it yet. I think Complexity now have the idea. Oh my lord, that's a shot and a half. Don't give it to him. No kit, so this has got to be quick, and I think he's just straight up running out of time now. Floppy needs to hide. It's in the back of the bomb site. The kid's in the back of the site. They could lose this. Good save from Floppy.
It's because he picked up the dualies, Jason.
It might be. Fair play. Those are 2 great shots.
He had to reload. He was scared that he didn't have time, obviously, so he went for them. It was a good effort. I'll give him that. Great shot, especially through Squeaky, but Complexity gets the 2nd pistol, so they'll go now 10-6.
That thing is beautiful from Afro. This as well shuts down Grim.
I'm more convinced today that, you know, he can be the carry on this team. He's looking pretty sharp.
Yeah, he's had some very good rounds. 10-6, both teams win their T-side pistol. Floppy, I think, just saw a shoulder. Sees it again. Follows it up with a nice shot onto Body, who's trying to grab a cheeky angle. They still have to deal with the shotgun on top of Hut for the moment, but they might not even actually attack that part of the map. Opening kill, and things are going to calm down.
Joko, Deagle, spot on the shoulder. Knows his headshot potential was a bit low, adjusts the aim accordingly, and nails hallzerk.
Oh, this is great for HEET. This actually funnels him right back to the upper bomb site. That's where they want him to go. We'll see if Complexity can work up the courage to re-attack towards ramp room. Afro's got a frag onto JT. That's a scout headshot outside. Joko might be getting aggressive a little bit early, and he's picked off. Does tag FaNg, but we're into a 3-on-3. Now the defense has to move. And I have to imagine Floppy heard those footsteps down vent.
Either way, he's still poised for more. Mag 7 up on top of the hut, scoped in. I don't know if you heard that or not, but Grim walked around the corner and took the fight. The scout never had a chance against the Galil, and now Exercise drops down. He's got a chance to actually maneuver on this. Knows they're gonna get up close, but the headshot goes for the jump instead.
Desperate.
Just swing at that point with a shotgun.
A desperate situation. Now they just need to locate JACKZ. FaNg gonna get that bomb planted in the corner. Floppy's looking back towards Door. He knows what's coming. Good round from Floppy. 3 kills for him and just holding down Squeaky Door the entire round, making sure that there was always a safe avenue for Complexity to come back to. 11-6. Can't stop the flop. You can't stop the flop.
I mean, you can with a Viagra.
All right, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
It's one way to stop it.
You're warming up into things.
11-6. They've kept them honest, though, in these 2 opening rounds, so at least they can keep that money tight when the guns come out. JT rushing it down. But JT was better in sync, and he was out of sync with his teammate that time, so he's gone.
Nice. Good job from FaNg, stepping up to the plate. JACKZ as well gets taken down by the flying MAC-10. It's a classic play. It's a Vegas Squadron play, and we've got a 4-on-2. Joko, the next one up, with just a USP.
Throw down below, P250. Bomb already planted, AK in hand for Floppy. Don't look for him to go hunting. Likewise, Grim should probably just be looking to be safe at this point in time. You've got hallzerk on 29 that can go aggressive, and FaNg on 6, and a Galil to try and find the opposition. Grim's actually got the shot from range. FaNg will wrap in. All of them will stay alive.
This is great from Complexity. This is all looking good now. First gun round in the second half is at hand. Round number 19, 12-6. He don't have a whole lot of runway to work with after this. Beautiful stuff from hallzerk. Smiles for the Complexity side.
Grim holding it out. Molotovs through the skylight that will spill down over top of the huts. Grim absolutely destroyed. Floppy's got exercised as well. Ooh, double Molotov going up top. Why not? Just throw all the flames at them.
This is great. JT up on top, though, could go down. Good shot from Afro. He's made this round doable, but he's also put himself in a position where if they commit to this, they can lose everything.
Yeah, that's a tough one, right? He's actually given them a chance. He's slightly off. I thought he was going to go for that.
I think FaNg took a back step away from the box so he could avoid this spam spot.
Smartly so. Bomb continues to tick in Afro. He's got all the right spams. Just can't get the mark. Oh, that's low. He knows that nade's going to do it. He's going to try to walk out and swing and get the shot. No, he's giving them a clean entry. Body working with it. They know he's toward Mini, though. Good shot, FaNg. And immediately the AWP on the run. FaNg's going to try and beat this, I think. He's going to try and run directly towards Secret because he wants that op gone. Double flash, though, gives his position away. And Afro is ready for it. Well struck. And Grim's going to go down. So actually, they do take all the guns out of the hands of Complexity again.
Yeah, I don't think Complexity give a damn at this point. They're happy. They would just wanted that AWP, but got some good shooting from Afro at the end. And obviously, even with those kills, just not enough time left in the bomb for the defuse, so bail out anyways. Tell you what, it takes a special kind of man to pull off the mullet and mustache combo, but hallzerk is doing it phenomenally.
So Complexity really not looking back, as you said, now on a 11-round run.
Yeah.
And this is going to be demoralizing for HEET. This is their map choice. They struggled on their map choice yesterday, Dust 2. And the fact that they started strongly and then kind of never really recovered, that's concerning. And Body's going to know it.
Well, you mentioned it too. It felt like at the beginning there was a lot of just like out-aiming from HEET, some really clean and good entries that were just so swift and efficient. There was really no chance for Complexity to recover in the rounds. I think Floppy even had like 1 kill going into like the 8th or 7th round or something like that. He's now at 19 kills. FaNg and hallzerk have been here the whole game. Grim has shot up the scoreboard as well. So just feels like individually everyone from Complexity came alive and now starting to put together a good offensive half as well. All the strength of this defense in the hands of Afro with this AWP.
Afro outside, just looking through box. Body gonna try and support him now with the deagle as he backs out from Mini.
Just making sure nobody can clear straight down.
They can, and they will.
He's not with him anymore.
Body bagged.
Afro's pushing up though. This is cool. He wants to have the information that no one's coming outside. Give the rest of his players some kind of a chance. Grim might walk right into it. Timing is everything. Oh, he just looks up. That's got to be frustrating, but Afro had to try and make some kind of a play.
Don't look up.
5 on 3. Decent movie.
Didn't watch it.
Okay. Good reference, though.
Thanks, man. JACKZ is ready with the deagle. Can throw away the AWP, goes now onto the AK. It's Grim making sure that no one is able to recover that weapon if they elect to try and save at the end of this round. Complexity is 1 man ahead now. Good shot from JACKZ to take out Floppy. Not ready for JT to peek from the same position though, and exercise, he's in trouble. Ooh, he nearly swung back fast enough. He overflicked, in fact, and the kill. Oh, Joko, they didn't check it. 1 already. Clean for the second. No, not quite. Smartly took down the bomb before it was planted. That could have been interesting.
And Joko had that nasty deagle round on Dust 2 yesterday as well, so you know his deagle's got some strength in it. 14-6. Now 12 rounds straight for Complexity.
Yeah, they've got to get back into this, don't they? We've got Overpass as our second map in this series.
Ooh, it's been a minute since I've seen some Overpass.
I like Overpass a lot.
That gets me excited.
Went through so many different versions at the start of it.
Yeah.
First sort of Valve map to come into the CSGO era. Obviously, the one that came in at the same time was Cobblestone, but that was a remake of a previous map.
Sure.
And I doubted Overpass, and I think it's actually one of the better maps now.
It's gone out of style a little bit, gone out of favor, but there was certainly it had its era.
I just like the CT aggression.
Sure. Yeah, that's
You can take fights.
a lot of options. Floppy. Paying attention towards ramp room. He's the only one in lobby. Grim's up on top of Silo. JT and FaNg gonna work with a smoke wall. Clearing up close. Crossing the I's and dotting the T's. Afro is looking for a gap beneath that smoke, but it's not quite there for him to commit to. Maybe around the other edge, though. Oh.
They walked in. They wanted to clear it clean toward the big garage. You could even see the flash for JT from hallzerk, but he's down. So hallzerk looking for the angle outside. Can't get it. Tries to even go for the wall shot as he goes back inside of the doors. Floppy goes for the wall shot onto JACKZ through the vents. I love X-Ray for that. He was dead on, but many walls away.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure being put on this defense, though. FaNg spots one. Does he actually want to commit to this peak? He knows exactly where it's at. Oh, good job. Oh, and a follow-up. Another great headshot on the body. FaNg's having himself a very good game, and Grim drops Joko, and that should be it. Should be complexity on 15. They know the position of exercise. Floppy handles that. Well done from complexity. 9-round lead and 13 straight. Even the coach can't believe it.
Yeah, this is a huge turn. I mean, it takes back everything we said about resetting the group. Now they're back in position where they can go up 2-0. I would expect Ents are in that same position the way that Heroic are playing, but we'll see what happens later on this evening. But either way, Heats have definitely been extinguished so far. They've got to find a way back into this. Even mentally, obviously, I think this map's too far gone. I think that goes without saying at this point.
This is Heat's pick as well, which makes it a little bit scary. They lost
yesterday.
Yeah, they lost their pick on Dust 2 yesterday.
They actually look better on Vertigo, which is partly by nature of the map, but their T side actually was getting a lot of picks. Exercise gonna go through and take down Floppy. Good start for Complexity for Heat to recover the first kill. As Complexity looks to go underneath body though. Swinging back out, Flame is making it hard to see. He's got to work that in his favor as he finds two, but the Molotov going behind him. He wanted to work forward, and unfortunately couldn't get the reload in before FaNg strikes, and he jumps through to find JACKZ as well.
A lot of people, I think, are going to be surprised at this level from FaNg. This is the kind of play that got a lot of people in North America so excited about his potential. We didn't see it in the previous iteration of Complexity, but ever since hallzerk joined, he's come back in a big way. One-on-one, and Exercise is going to get it. They stay alive for the moment, Heat. Switching out to an AK-47. May want to go find the AWP, but defuse is going to be nice and easy. So finally putting a stop to the run. They only need 8 more to force overtime.
Only. No, but again, just get back into this mentally. I mean,
yeah, get a couple confidence rounds under your belt.
Look, 8's not impossible. It just happened to you. Why not? Why can't you turn it around and go the other way? But no, you're right. Get some confidence. Get reset. Get ready for overpass. Solid round from Body, despite that FaNg then actually did very well himself.
Yeah, I mean, Body's the one who wins that round. The Molotov in front of a window to make sure nobody could jump in and clear his position with the T-side Molotov that rains under the stairs behind him. That was wonderful, and obviously a pair of kills over the top of it as well. Another timeout, final timeout called by Heat, just to try and get them one last surge here at the end of Nuke. Round 23, 15-7. Complexity's looked near unstoppable, especially in this second half. Complexity looking to position themselves in Group C very nicely after 2 days of play.
No, they definitely could, like we said. And then I think I'm leaning toward Ents being the other team to go 2-0.
Yeah, although that's not guaranteed against Heroic. I mean, there's a world where what?
Heroic's is hot and cold right now, right? I mean, you're right. There is a world Heroic can win that. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to say that one's a foregone conclusion, but I'm still leaning toward Ents right now.
Absolutely. 5-on-4 early on. Floppy found through smoke. And hallzerk's going to trade it right back with Afro.
So 4-on-4, hallzerk. The dry peak outside continues to shuffle that AWP toward Secret. Counter push going toward lobby. JACKZ with his invisible gun is going to try and clear with Exercise.
Ooh, I think he saw that.
FaNg. Gun barrel would have protruded, but yeah, JACKZ gets away with it.
I think Joko spotted the gun barrel just as he slid back into cover, so they had a little bit of an idea, a last-second adjustment to make sure. Grim's going to try and gain space outside. Meanwhile, his two teammates heading down low. If Grim can provide any kind of distraction, if he can find a kill, if he can just establish presence without dying, you might be able to force a shift in Body's position down low.
Ollie's gonna force Body back inside of the site. He'll shut the control room doors.
Oh, Grim check this JACKZ's position. That's a really cheeky spot from JACKZ. He knows he's got safety in lobby because Exercise is there.
Yeah, good read, nowhere. And reacts. JOCKZ takes out JT. He's going to close it. And it will be another round for HEET. So JACKZ in the position down below, got the information. JOCKZ slides out knowing that now Heaven is clear and 2 in a row for HEET.
Yeah, that's a nice sequence. Complexity has a decision to make. Money's nice. It's not too much of a problem, although Grim and JT down at 27 and 2200 respectively. Everyone else has got cash to buy. Just be interesting to see what they want to put together. Hero AK on Floppy is the answer with Deagles around it. Good kills from JOCKZ in that round. So Complexity just looking to see if they can get this AK-47 to deliver a miracle, do a little bit of damage to the HEET economy. Complexity still have tons of win conditions with 7-round gap between the two teams.
Flippity flop. You don't stop. Or smoke with Grim, AK, and just the pistols to accompany him. So Floppy the high roller, and he's gonna go peek first. That's why. JOCKZ down. Grab that gun, someone, and get on with it.
That's a disgusting shot from Floppy. A great adjustment off a missed shot. And there's nobody outside able to rotate back, and there's nobody in Heaven to stop them from climbing up. JACKZ and Exercise might be in a bit of trouble. Normally, you'd want to crunch lobby in this kind of a scenario. I don't think they feel confident in doing it. They still don't really know numbers in terms of ramp room.
Body. Okay, confirms ramp's definitely cleared. So they have to have pushed through. He's worried a little bit about Turnpike and keeps putting his attention there, but he's going to pinch the other way.
Yeah, but this is taking a long time for Complexity, and this is going to give them Afro a chance to get back into this round. They've actually wrapped all the way around outside to go up towards Heaven. A couple players coming up the ladder now, and they've missed the opportunity. Now it's all on JACKZ and Exercise, mostly JACKZ.
He starts it, doubles it. He loses Exercise, swings out, finds a third. Before the response came in from Grim, and that might be enough for Body to close it out. He's got just Grim to go. Oh, goes for the incendiary. Nearly got caught doing so. That's going to not spread fast enough and far enough. So Grim will get the bomb down, 49 HP. Spots the shoulder, but likewise was seen in return. And goes with a quick tap through the middle to see if he can get Grim moving. Grim's moving indeed, and we're moving on to overpass. 16-8 for Complexity.
Triple kill from Grim. Nice one-on-one clutch, but this match was mostly brought to you by FaNg, by hallzerk in that first half. Phenomenal performance from Complexity. A 13-round run in the middle of the game powers them to a victory here on Nuke. Off to a break. The desk is going to break it down, and then we'll return with Overpass.